Hey, howdy, friends. It's Steve DePoe here with the Rose Realty Team with another fascinating vlog about real estate in North Texas. Let's get into it. Hey, today's vlog is luxury real estate trends in North Texas. So the first trend we want to talk about is there's been a rather substantial surge in luxury homes and in North Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and that's mainly because two reasons. Two reasons. Number one, there's been a big influx over the last decade plus of relocations to North Texas, relocation of executives to North Texas, and these executives are mainly in the tech and the financial sectors, and so they're coming here with buckets of money, okay, and they're saying, "Hey, give me a fancy house," right? At the same time, there were people from other areas like New York and California who are selling their houses for millions and millions of dollars, and then coming here finding that from a housing standpoint the dollar goes further, and so they're saying, hey, let's really do it up and get a bigger home. The second reason of this influx is people who have been living in the North Texas area for a long time, 20 years, let's say, have a substantial amount of equity built up in the house, and now they're saying, "Hey, let's take that equity, let's roll it forward, and let's buy something. Let's buy something really out there. Indoor and outdoor pool, 16 bedrooms, that kind of stuff. Maybe not that far, but anyway. So the people with that really substantial equity who bought when they were young and now have got the equity built up and have better and better jobs, or have the money, have the means, have the wealth, and are saying, hey, let's buy a big house. At the same time, there's a certain segment of custom builders who have come into the area and who have been in the area for a while, but they're kind of focusing on higher end luxury kind of homes, especially when you think about it in the Frisco, the Allen, and the Prosper area. They're building these homes and adding stuff like smart home technology and any energy efficient designs and those kinds of things. So then, which all drives up the kind of the luxuriousness of the house, plus the cost of the house. So it's those things that are adding adding to the price. Hey, we've got a house in Denton that's listed at 1.6 million, and it's like a resort. It's got a fantastic pool on a fantastic lot, like 6 bedrooms. I wouldn't call it a wine cellar because it's not a cellar, but I call it a wine room where you could stick a couple of 100 bottles of wine in there, temperature controlled and all of that. And so the luxury trend just kind of continues. Hey, before we go any further, hey, do both of us a favor, right? Go to youtube.com/@moving to Dallas, Texas, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This will help you in that you'll see our content when it comes available. You'll see that first as a subscriber. Plus, you'll have access to the to past vlogs and videos. Some of those are, educational and informative, like this one, and past vlogs. And some of them are also informational for you in terms of maybe we're highlighting a house or highlighting a neighborhood, or last year I did some on different businesses and communities, etc. We'll start doing communities again shortly. But hey, you'll get information on when you'll get alerted to when these vlogs become available, and it also help us to kind of pop us up to the top of the food chain there in terms of North Texas real estate. So thank you for doing that, and we appreciate you very much. Next on our luxury trends is is well, post-pandemic, buyers were prioritizing larger rooms and more space, both inside and outside. And that was a pandemic thing where people remember back then we were kind of all locked in our homes, more or less. And some people had to continue working there once the pandemic kind of subsided. And so they needed more space on the inside where that you could put one, sometimes two offices, where maybe a his and a her office where they both had to work. They didn't have to go into the office building anymore, and so they just worked in their offices in the house. Plus, at the same time, if either one or more of you is working inside the house on a regular basis, then you're going to want some space and some room, both inside and outside, for the kids to play, right? So you can't be on a conference call on a $2 million conference call about a project and have the kids playing, video games or playing with the dog, right next door, right outside your door. So you want some space. Plus, people wanted these multifunctional rooms were top priority. So a room that the kids could either play in with their toys, and then it'll convert into maybe a media room where you can watch movies and those kinds of things. So people were prioritizing staying at home more, okay, and not traveling outside quite as much as they used to. And then when you go downtown Dallas or downtown Fort Worth, there was a growing interest in high-rise luxury condominiums, that overlook the city or overlook the lake or the river or something like that. And those were a lot geared towards people who were, again, executives in these companies, like I kind of mentioned before, worked in the city, and then typically what they did was they would then buy a second home in a place like Salina or further out, or even like Broken Bow in Oklahoma, where they could spend the weekends, right? Now this is getting back a lot to where it used to be in New York. I'm going to say like 100 years ago, or maybe not quite 100, maybe 75 years ago, where the breadwinner, where you had your apartment, downtown, where the breadwinner was close to the office, and then was able to take the family, to the weekend place, which eventually became, a lot of houses eventually became single family homes, in New Jersey, when they were sold off, that people would end up, starter homes that people would end up buying. Anyway, I digress. So both in Fort Worth and Dallas, we're getting these high-rise luxury condos and townhouses that people are able to see cityscapes and those kinds of things, and they're really enjoying that kind of lifestyle. And then what we're noticing also is the luxury rental market is starting to expand, where a combination of these people who don't necessarily want to buy these luxury condos or luxury condos or homes downtown, they're renting them, and then they're having a big place out in the suburbs for the weekends or vacations or staycations, those types of things. But they all got top tier amenities, places like, again, Fort Worth and Dallas, Plano, Frisco, Allen, those kinds of areas have these. Even Flower Mound has was that Grapevine? I'm not exactly sure. I had on the lake there, where they have like this 20 or 30 story condo complex down there. People are just loving those things. They've got all of the amenities like doorman and all that kind of stuff. They're enjoying that, so they enjoy a little bit about the security, etc. Plus the upgrades and the amenities, and that any one of us would enjoy, that if we had the opportunity to take advantage of. Hey, next week we're going to talk about green ideas in real estate in North Texas. I'm not a big believer in every one of these ideas because they tend to we'll get into that next week. Anyway, green ideas in real estate in North Texas. This is Steve. I am part of the Rose Realty team. See ya.